Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode. It's your host, Trey Jackson.
Justin Pewter.
And today we got a special guest, first special guest. He's a business owner, real estate investor, and he's here to put y'all on game. Us as well. So, y'all welcome Melvin Jones, man. What's up, Melvin?
Hello, world.
So, I'm glad.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited, man, because first guest, And I said, remember, I was like, you know what? I don't want to wait till we hit 100. Let's just bring on whoever. But it worked out perfectly because we end up hitting 100 and now first guest.
Over 100 now, too.
Yeah, over 100 now, yeah. So appreciate everybody for, tuning in and showing love. But yeah, man, Melvin, we just want to pick your brain, So basically, I just want to, dive into how you got started and what made you want to take the real estate route and starting your own business. So.
Well, real estate was I can say I stumbled up on it. I was in church, and after church, everybody fellowship and all that. And I had two girls who we've been knowing each other for years, and they were brokers,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Two sisters, and they came up to me after church and they said, "You know what, Melvin, you will make a great realtor." I'm like, "Yeah, right."
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought about it. I said, okay, yeah, I will make a great realtor, Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, a real estate agent, And so they said, well, get your license and you can come and work with us. Okay. So what did I do? I go home, get online, join the online classes.
Mm-hmm.
Did one day of it and quit. Stop. Man, real estate it's a lot. It's a lot. So I went and joined, a real estate school. I went to join a real estate school. And that's what, once I joined the school, I just fell in love with it. Real estate never crossed my mind as a kid. You know how when you're young, say like some stuff like Evel Knievel or, we have these big dreams, but we know we'll never be that, right?
Right.
So that's what real estate was to me. Never thought of my wildest dream.
It was like crazy. Yeah.
That's cool. So once I got into the school, the instructors, sometimes the relationship, they can pick people out who could be good at this and that. And so that's what happened to me.
Right.
And just learn and learn and learn. It's been 16 years now. I've been in real estate and still learning. So
going back to what you said when you was like, whenever you was young, you didn't know nothing about real estate, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't really know nothing about real estate till they hit the 30, 40, 50, age. And then they like, oh, wow, I know I can get into real estate and make this or own this. And, I feel like a lot of people run into it real late,
Yeah. Or I feel like a lot of people, they want to do real estate, but they don't know where to start,
Yeah, that is true. And then because, you got the agent, then the investor. A lot of people, they look into, I want to be a real estate agent. Then they figure out, they got to do 180 hours, or is it?
I think it's more now.
It's more?
It's
so it's 180 plus hours.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot.
They're like, I don't want to do it. It's too much work.
My mom has her real estate license too.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She got bored and she's like, oh, let me do real estate, and got it and started doing pretty well. And I don't think she's doing it currently, but
no.
Yeah, but she does like it.
Is it residential or commercial?
It's residential.
Residential.
Yeah.
Cool.
And nowadays it tends to be like a lot of people think I get into real estate, it's fun, and I drive around in a nice fancy car and all that. But let me tell you something: real estate is a job. Okay, it's just like a 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
And if you meet a person that does it and think it's all that fun like that, then it's a lot of laws, do's and don'ts that you have to know.
Yeah.
And if you run into someone who don't know, you will know. Okay, once the deal is done, because you're gonna be asking questions. Why is this? Why is that? Why do I have to pay this? Why do I have to pay that? Real estate agents are supposed to know everything on the contract, what's gonna happen. They're supposed to predict your future, in other words,
Right.
Not absolute, but so you hear a lot of these people like this one guy, and this A&E star, he's on all these you know, when they come to Texas or Houston,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he said, I'm looking for a small group of people, you know, to invest in all, you know, he's going to teach you.
Come to my seminar.
Come to his seminar,
Yep.
you know, for a small group of people. Let me tell you something. Don't buy into that, y'all. Don't buy into that. If you want to get into real estate, if you want to know about it, get with the realtor, get with the broker, okay? Educate yourself. You know, I'm not knocking these people with these seminars, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been to some of those seminars. And yeah, they're going to talk to you for a few hours and, you know, but you spend $100, $200 and buy this package, it's going to get you started. You know, a lot of these investors and stuff, these people have made their money, okay?
Yep.
How many millionaires do you know is going to bring you up to their level to where you are equal to them?
They not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So you think about that when you know, when people going to those seminars and all that stuff. Okay. So if you think you're going to be like that person that's hosting that seminar as a real estate agent, as an investor, you can go ahead and try it if you want to.
You know what this reminds me of? This sounds like a Grant Cardone scheme.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because like he said, millionaires ain't gonna bring you to their level.
Yeah.
Millionaires don't teach you how to make millions.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Right. Why would they make you equal to them?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Because if they do that, then at the end of the day, you're just taking money out of their own pockets. So
I feel like a lot of people fall for them schemes because of like Instagram. You know, you might have a guy or girl post a car or, you know, show a big house and they be like, well, I got this because I started doing this. And then, you know, I can teach y'all how to do the same thing and make more money, make the same, if not more. And people that's not disciplined, not really financially disciplined or just up on game, really, they just fall victim to it, you know?
Right.
They, I can get rich quick. Man, you can't get rich quick. You can't.
no, and you got to put in the time and the work and the effort. And, you know, if you can do all that and you have a good idea and you're driven, then you're going to see some results.
And also, if you don't have financial discipline and you talking about, oh, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that, like, no, like, you have to be financially disciplined before you start going to that spectrum on that millionaire level, you know, because like these people, they don't know what to do with their finances. Let's be real, a lot of people in the world are consumers. Literally, probably like 80-90% just go buy stuff.
Right.
It's not a lot of people investing money in businesses, real estate, you know, starting their own store or whatever. It's a lot of people that's just consuming. So the consumers, they just like, you know what? I'm gonna just see, you know, find a get rich quick scheme. And, you know, some of them, they do it like that. What is it? That Forex trading. Like, I'm not saying it's like a scheme or a scamming, but the way they make it seem like the setup, like, oh, I'm living in this house because I started trading.
Yeah.
And I built this team. Now I feel like they like recruit this team to go recruit people to sign up to the course. That's how they make their money. It's not actually trading.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like a relationship. Like, you know, if you're going to get rich, like you have to have your finances in order first, right?
Yep.
So it's like a relationship. You have to be good on yourself first
Yep.
before you jump in and get involved with someone else. And
Right.
if not, then, you know, there's probably going to be trouble later down the road.
Yep. I agree. But Melvin, I kind of want to go back. So just, you know, tell us how you like came up. How was it from your time compared to now?
Well, when I got into real estate, it was back in 07. Okay, when the market crashed. Okay, so
That's an interesting time to get into it. Yeah.
you know, luckily I was still working full time and doing real estate full time because I had off during the week and worked full times on weekends. Okay, now from being a provider, you know, and my kids were young at the time, still had to have insurance on them.
Yep.
And, you know, pay the bills, you know, so I still managed to do sales, you know, thanks to the help of the brokers that I was with. I was able to close some deals, but I tell you what, during that time, I met some brokers who did it solely, who did real estate solely. And thanks be to God, I had a client and still have my client. Now, my number one client is an investor. Okay. He came through, needed property, you know, so we pretty much was picking what we wanted. Okay. And for the brokers, and, you know, sometimes you'll get people, you'll hear realtors or brokers mainly. I've heard a broker say that if a real estate agent is not doing real estate full time, then maybe they don't trust in their craft, and maybe y'all not to use them. But let me tell you, when that market crashed, I had brokers begging me to buy their property.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Because you had nothing else coming in. Like even the investment properties, you know, you want a lot of people
There was
down.
nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, whenever the market crash is basically like now we in a recession. So people that's not up on game, like when it comes to like the stock market and real estate, that's really when the opportunities hit.
Right.
You know, people get scared when the stock prices go down.
Right.
You know, they panic and they sell everything. Same with real estate. They start panicking and they want to hurry up and sell their property. So a lot of people don't know that they can get property and stuff on the stock market at a discount. And you buy as much as possible. And then, you know, because that's a bear market.
Yep.
Whenever we in a recession, it's a bear market. So, you know, give it some time, maybe a couple months, maybe a year or two. It'll go back up. We're going to enter a bull market. Price is going to shoot through the roof. And that's like the technique, you know, the rich people use, you know.
I mean, it's buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
Simple, right?
Yeah.
But easier said than done for sure.
Yeah.
And nothing, you know, just like you said, ever stays the same.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Real estate to me, you know, from a personal point of view, you know, it's a world as if you're in the ocean, or you in a saltwater lake, but you are a piranha. Okay, you're a piranha. You know what piranhas do when a flesh hits? Piranha don't sit there. They get what they want, then they pull back.
Yep.
Yeah.
They go get a bite, then they pull back. You know, they don't just sit there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So get what you need in real estate. That's what I use real estate for. So when the market, you know, you don't want to get caught with your pants down.
Yep.
And that goes for a family man, a single person, especially nowadays, because when the market or when things shut down, these people still want their rent. You know, mortgage companies still want their mortgages. You know, and you know these politicians say, "Hey, we're giving y'all these vouchers," you know, but some of these people are not accepting them, and then it's not enough. So, you know, I always keep a way out. You know, and so I get what I need in real estate. I help, you know, my main thing is I help like investors and I help people flip houses. Okay. Flipping houses, people think it's fun. And it's on, okay. Yeah,
it's fun on TV.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
But you should try it. And you see how much work it is, you know. But I do it as an agent. And I do it, you know, if people want to buy a house and flip it, my fee to them is free, you know. And so, you know, I've done one in Giddings, man. And when I go to work, my full-time job, I always take my casual clothes, you know, in case I have to show the property. It's been times to where I got off of work. I get off of work pretty early from my other job in the oil field. Mm-hmm. I've gotten off of work, put on my clothes, went showing the property, you know. And here comes these sharks. That's what I call these investors, these sharks, okay? I had one day, man. He came in, you know, set up a showing. I got off of work, came in the house, and looked around the house. You know, we really want to get rid of this property. We was in the process of flipping the property, you know, to sell. But I had listed it anyway because, you know, we didn't want to waste any time. Mm-hmm. So we had an investor to come in, okay? So he comes in, and him and his partner, that's what they do. They buy houses, flip them, and sell them back. So this guy, he comes in the house, big, shaped around, this the balls hall, you know. He told me, you know, he walked around and looked, you know. I'm like, man, maybe I have an off on this house. Mm-hmm. And he looked, he said, well, you know, what you need to do is take this paneling down and replace it with sheetrock, you know, do this and do that. And I'm just listening. I said, yeah. He said, you know, let me tell you, Mel, I'm a professional. I'm like, really? You are a professional? Okay.
Everyone's a professional.
Yeah. And I'm like, what makes you a professional? You know, to come in here and tell me that, you know, I ain't never seen you before. You know?
Right.
Walks into your property.
Yeah.
Do this. I'm a professional.
I'm a professional. You know, I'm like, okay. He said, well, we can't buy this one because it's all that. You know what? A month later, the work he was talking about, we didn't do that. We painted those walls, the floors. My buddy's fiance, she put the floors in. Old lady, she did the whole house. Okay, we trimmed the trees, all the work we done ourselves, and man, we made almost $100,000 profit. You know, if we'd have done what Mr. Professional said, we wouldn't have even made half of that. You know,
Right.
So who's the professional?
Exactly.
So who's the professional?
And honestly, if he was professional, he still would have bought the property and did it himself.
That's what
And he could have flipped
true.
it. You know,
right.
That's
I'm
a
like,
good
what you telling me this guy?
hey, I would have laughed, man. Like, okay, yeah, you were professional.
Yes, yeah. I think when you know, I let them have their way. If that makes you feel good, I'll call you Mr. Professional. You know? So they come and go, you know. But know your craft in real estate. Some people only deal with rental property. Some agents only deal with the multi-units, you know, finding apartments and stuff. Some deal with flipping homes, some land. I do a lot of land deals.
So what's some advice you can give for the people out there to get started that don't know about real estate? Because you can even tell them about the FHA loan, you know.
The FHA loan, I think they want you right about 630 something right now to get qualified. 630, 650 if I'm not mistaken. For
Credit
FHA.
Score, right?
Credit score.
Right.
Okay. FHA is a good loan. It's backed by government. 3.5% down.
But you can't rent it out though, right? You have to live in it.
Yeah, you have to live in it.
So if you want to buy a property and actually live in it, it's a good loan.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
For like first-time home buyer.
First-time home buyer. There's a lot of programs. Now, listen, if for first-time home buyers or people buying a house, especially in the Fort Bend, Harris County, there are a lot of programs that you may qualify for a first-time home buyer. Now, if you get with the realtor who's not fluent with these programs or don't have a relationship with the loan officer, then
I see.
If you're going to buy a house, if you're going to spend $200,000 or $300,000, do your homework. For whatever you do, your homework. Okay. If this person don't know that, you can get on YouTube. YouTube will tell you what to look for. Or get with an agent that knows. There's a lot of real estate agents out here that's just happy to be real estate agent, and glory to them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Collect a check.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's why I say life is all about who you know.
Who you know.
Because if you get, like you said, if you get a real estate agent that doesn't know the new, laws or whatever, then you may be missing out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There have been many people to spend money that they, didn't have to spend, that could have been given to pay their closing costs and stuff. If you get I have a relationship with a good mortgage loan officer, MLO. Okay. And so, if as an agent, if you're going to refer a mortgage company or an inspector, you got to refer 3. Always keep a relationship with one that that can get the deal done. Always keep that relationship with that person.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Inspector, you keep a relationship with these people.
Yep.
And they, they'll look out for you also.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, that's want to get started in real estate, I would say, get started in real estate, complete the course, get your license. First thing you should do is be looking for a mentor in real estate. It's all like they said, it's all about who you know. So even with, going with a company, whatever company you choose to go with, make sure it's a company that's actually making sales, got some type of name. I'm not saying it got to be a big company, but, you want to build that relationship with them, come in, show them that you can sell, but also have like a big bro or big sister, whoever it is, to like show you the ropes and show you how to, use different techniques to get sales and whatever it is that you trying to do in real estate.
Yeah, that makes sense. What would you say, or how many houses have you flipped so far?
I've done, maybe 4, maybe 5 homes. And it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not a fast process.
With hidden surprises.
Well, it can be if you got an investor or someone who wants to spend the money to pay everybody to do everything. If I'm gonna help you flip a house, the reason why I'm offering you my service is because we don't want to pay nobody. Unless when it gets to the electrical and stuff like that, we'll pay an electrician and stuff. But
I know an electrician.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so doing floors, painting, we'll play stuff that you have to get warranties on, roofing. Okay. We'll pay for that,
Yeah.
But I have contractors that I work with. Okay. And when I call them, I need them, they give the people a break.
See, and that's another thing. I feel like it's hard to find a good quality contractor that's reliable.
It is.
And good pricing, because a lot
too.
of these people be trying to charge a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you want to get with someone that's going to give you a warranty for the work, okay? Because Texas is a new Texas now.
Yeah.
Okay. We have new weather now. We have it snow. We have okay.
That's facts. That's facts. One day it's snow, one day it's raining, sun out.
We have to adjust. We have to adjust to our state now. We having floods. We got new roads in the interstates and stuff. So we have new floods with the new infrastructure. Okay.
Yep.
So, if you get with a know your craft in real estate, know what you're gonna do in real estate. If you're gonna be doing investment properties, if you're gonna be doing commercial real estate, know your craft. Okay. Know what you're doing. If you're not selling anything, sometimes I go months don't do nothing in real estate, but you can study. You can get online and study. Go through contracts. Know your contracts. Fill everything out. So when people call, you have everything ready already. You know what I'm saying?
What do you prefer, commercial or residential?
I like residential. It's easier. Commercial is a lot of driving. It's a lot of traveling. If you got to find stuff. But it depends what type of commercial.
Yeah, if they into that, that's something they can do if they like traveling and stuff.
Commercial real estate is good for commercial realtors and brokers. That's what they do. Residential is good for residential. If you're a residential agent and you're comfortable with that, stick with that. Okay. And then if you feel you want to transition over to doing commercial, then go, by all means.
Do you have to get an additional license for commercial?
No.
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 Okay.
Oh, really?
Some brokers require you to either do commercial or residential. Okay. So some won't allow you to do both. You have to do one or the other.
See, when I think commercial, I think paperwork. I think there's a lot more like legalities involved.
And it is.
Absolutely.
Just like water, properties that are off the Gulf and all that stuff. It's a lot of contracts and laws and stuff, And so, like I said, you don't want your clients on both sides of the deal, even if they're represented by another agent. You don't want them to be surprised after the deal is done. Okay, you want to put everything out. That's when you go to the doctor and you have a diagnosis, they're gonna give you the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Okay. So you want to do that.
And the weathermen.
Yep.
The weathermen do the same thing.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible rain. It's gonna be flooding.
Yep.
Comes around, a couple drops.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah. But if it is horrible and he didn't say it, I'll say, well, use that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's their job, because if they don't make it horrible, then or make it sound terrible, then no one's gonna react to it. Yeah.
And also, y'all, going back to earlier on that FHA loan, like Melvin said, you can put down 3.5%, and to make money off that, you can go get a duplex, you can go get a triplex, and stay in one of the units and rent out the other unit or units and make money, or have your tenants pay for you to live there.
Yeah,
that's a hack that y'all need to write down, because you basically could be living for free. And then once your year up, if you want to sell the property, you can sell it.
Right.
Or if it was me, I'll buy another property. I'll just keep repeating the process.
Yep, that's what I'd do.
You can use your FHA loan as a stepping stone to get you to shoot up in real estate.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you can't be afraid.
Yeah, you gotta take that jump.
Yeah.
You gotta take that jump. I feel like it's a lot of people out here that's scared.
Yeah.
Because they know.
You have to try. Okay. And I would especially encourage the younger generation, the younger people to be wise about your decisions and your choices, but don't be scared. Okay.
Absolutely.
Don't be scared. One of the investors that I work with, who actually got me into investing, he told me, he said, Melvin, do not be afraid. He said, don't be scared. If you're going to get a loan and for $900,000, $1 million, don't be fascinated by that number. Don't be afraid. Okay. Go for it. It's all about faith. You got to have faith in what you're doing, in yourself. This what if stuff, leave what if out of your mind. Okay. And go for it.
I agree.
Well, that's true with no risk, no reward.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yep. So Melvin, tell us about how it was coming up for you, how back in the day was compared to now, dealing with women and, just life.
Yeah.
Life before social media. Yeah.
It was it was, I come up in the 80s, okay? Y'all probably hear a lot about the 80s.
I want to know more about the 80s.
Yeah, me too.
Like, was
Me
it
too.
really
Me
like
too.
all that good? Like what everyone says it was?
Whatever someone tells you about growing up in the 80s, they're downplaying it. It's whatever they saying to the 10th power. You wake up every day to fun. You go to sleep to fun.
Really?
Every single day.
Man, that sounds
At
amazing.
home, going to school, everything was, and the way the country has gotten, the way the world has gotten now is just unbelievable. And I say the way the world has gotten is the way we have let the world get.
Yeah.
Okay. It's really unfair to the young kids, the
Yep.
young generation, the younger generation. But it was, coming up in elementary school, in a rural town. Okay.
What's the town name?
Columbus.
Columbus, Texas.
I grew up in Allerton.
Where's that?
3 miles east of Columbus.
Oh no, I was just joking where Columbus was.
Oh, and you know what? Even Columbus is, it's. I don't speak much about Columbus or Colorado County where I'm from. I'll tell you why. Because you got so many people that's trying to get to where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
because of the peace that I have that right now. Okay. To wake up, it's strange if we hear a fire, the fire department or a cop, it's a strange deal. Some people wake up to it and go to bed to it, probably in this area.
Yeah, I hear sirens all the time.
So people are, the way the things are transitioning right now, people are getting to this peaceful lifestyle, and so if you go publicizing that, you're going to lose what we have, the peace that I have right now.
I can see.
Right.
I can see.
So everything I want, everything I need, now that I want in my life is just peace, growing up, we'll get back to growing up and relationships and stuff, man. It was, we didn't have internet. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have texting.
That's what I want to know. What was the
That's
time like
crazy.
before?
I couldn't imagine that.
We wrote letters. We got love letters, actual letters. You had to know how to write, okay? You had to know how to spell, okay? If you didn't know how to spell, because, I ran across a few girls that didn't know how to spell, and it's pretty embarrassing, man, so... So you keep your letters pretty simple,
Right.
If you like me, say you can spell like, okay? Don't get all big with it, So I've seen some letters, man, that was like, good God Almighty.
Simple letter. Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no Instagram DMing,
No.
None of that.
And it was so fun. It was so fun. Okay. Before I got married. Before I got married to my kid's mother, we met, when we were in college. Man, I had a hefty trash bag, full of letters. It was awesome. It was awesome. I wasn't a whore.
So basically, y'all had to like cold approach more when it came to, the girls that y'all found attractive. Y'all had to go. Actually go up to them, because nowadays you can just send a DM or quick message.
Well, see, I think that like back then, like I feel like guys were more willing to do so because they didn't have a choice.
Right.
You can't text, you can't go
Right.
social media, none of that. You have to go talk
Facts.
to that person.
That's facts.
If you like her, you think she's beautiful, go up and talk to them. And now the role is reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, oh, let me just like stand behind my phone and like go talk to them that way. Whereas reality, they want you to go up and talk to them.
Right.
Yeah, they want you to.
Yeah.
It's a lot of guys that's scared to go cold approach to girls because they're scared to get turned down.
Exactly.
Hey, man, if you scared to get rejected by a girl, man, I think it's an insecurity. I think it's an insecurity. That's something you need to overcome, because in life,
Absolutely.
there's going to be a lot of rejecting and anything that you do, not just even dealing with girls. Just
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, life is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
And if anyone has ever told you life is going to be
Right.
easy, then screw them. It's not.
Yeah. But
Rejection could be good for you.
it is.
I agree.
It could, she could
Just
be
like
doing you a favor.
hey, just like heartbreak is good for you.
Heartbreak.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. Heartbreak. Look, I was I was married for 22 years. My marriage ended.
Damn.
We were together 25 years. Okay, so for 25 years, if not more, it was straight going to work, coming home, taking care of the family. 25 years straight going to work, taking the kids to school on my off day. Little league baseball and all that stuff. Just 20 years. And let me tell you something. It was the best part of it to have a family. And I see a lot of families splitting today. Okay,
Facts.
not a break. If you're watching celebrities, okay, let me tell y'all something. Do not buy into this divorce thing. I got a divorce, and I'm not a fan of it at all. And since I've gotten a divorce, I'm an advocate of families and marriages staying together. Okay, so if you're getting a divorce, I can understand if you're in a domestic relationship and or if your significant other is cheating, committing adultery and all that.
Yep.
But if you're doing it because of what you're seeing on social media, if you think you're being left behind, you're gonna get left behind. Okay. Now the thing about this what I'm saying is, for me to tell you, like you've never been married before. I don't guess y'all have ever been married.
I was engaged, but that's about it.
Okay, that's good.
Thankfully, not anymore.
I put on. I told a person that marriage and relationships, especially, you can date all you want, but when you come into the realm of marriage, you better know what you're doing. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. When you link up with someone, when you marry someone, and you stay together for a while, you can divorce all you want. Dr. Ed Young, he said you can divorce all you want. He said, but there's always going to be a part of that spouse with you for the rest of your life. Okay, so know what you're getting into. Okay, yeah. So when I got married a week after I turned 22, a week after I turned 22,
that's young. That's young.
Yeah.
We started dating when I was like 19. A week after I turned 22, I got married. I knew what I was doing. Mm-hmm. I had no regrets. Okay. And you know what? When my marriage ended, you put it behind you the best as you can and you keep going.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to continue to raise my 2 kids. Okay. And once we got a divorce, I got my 2 kids, my son and my daughter together. I said, let me tell y'all something. No matter what, we are still a family. We still a family. We're going to stay together. I see my parents do that. My mother and daddy got a divorce. And so I let out one good cry when I was a kid when my dad left us. One good cry, in the bed with my mom. Because she told me, she said, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. We still, we're going to stick together. And I cried one time. After that, it's straight work, I'm not saying that it's easy. But it's easier if you're in a marriage to keep your marriage together.
Yeah.
Not for the kids' sake only, but if whatever problem you have, work it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially if you have kids, you should try your very, very, very best to make it work.
Divorce is bad.
Yeah.
Divorce is very bad.
And see, for me, I got engaged 3 years ago, and I thought I knew what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And thankfully, I'm not engaged anymore because apparently I didn't know what I was doing. I'm happy I'm not engaged and I'm enjoying being single. And yeah, I mean, I think even if we were to get married, it would have ended in divorce.
Really?
Yeah, I do. But and that's not saying because, the other person was a horrible person by any means, because it's not the case. I think it's just I was too young.
Right.
So I was 22 essentially. Well, I wasn't engaged for 3 years. I was engaged for like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, so I was young and I thought I knew what I was doing, but at the end of the day, I don't think it would have lasted just really? Because you're so young. I'm still growing and still learning and experiencing different things in life. I think in hindsight it was dumb, but hey, you live and you learn, and you have to, live through the actions that you make. So
especially if you blue pill, because something you said earlier really got to me, because there's a lot of guys out here that's not red pill aware of female nature.
True. So
women are hypergamous. Always have, always will be. They want the best option. They want to know they got the. They want to know they got the man, basically. They don't want no wimp that's underneath them 24/7.
Facts.
Guys think to attract a girl, you got to give her the world. It's really the opposite. You know, you attract her with your attributes, you know, the aspects of your life, you know, the money, the status, you know, the physique, how you built, you know, your network, who you know. And what you were saying earlier, you were saying, you know, about like looking at the celebrities. It's a lot of people and that's married in relationships that they looking at that. They not looking at their relationship. They not looking on working and building their relationship. They like, oh, this couple doing this or they doing this. They comparing y'all situation to their situation and they not able to focus on, you know, because like you said, being in a marriage or even if you're in a regular relationship, that's a partnership, especially if y'all, you know, committed. You know, y'all got to work on growing each other. Y'all gonna have days y'all probably hate to see each other face, but that's why it's a committed relationship. Y'all in it together. But when you go comparing, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and that's the thing. Like, what you can't compare other relationships to yours because every relationship is different. So what they're doing may work for them, but that may not work for you guys. Yeah. So you have to find your rhythm essentially.
Yeah.
And you also have to know how to take a defeat because you're gonna get into an argument.
Absolutely.
It's not that hard. You know, I see a lot of young men. I see a lot of young good men, such as you guys. A lot of young good men who will make great husbands for a lot of young women out there.
But could I add on this? The women out there is getting so much attention. They don't want just one man like us. They want tons of men like us. I'm not saying all women like this. I'm saying, you know, slight, not all of them.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Social media has done that.
And so you have your guards up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, you have your guards up. Okay, and I understand that. But even with that being said, and I guess I'm defending the women the good women, if there are a few of them who don't have a voice, there are still some good women, young and old, out there. You know, but you can't let your guard keep them from you. Okay, you will know when something is for you. You will know. Yeah,
I thought I knew.
Okay, okay.
So you saying it's a desire,
and you thought you knew as well.
I thought I knew.
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting into, and the lady that I was, you know, I knew all about her. And like now, I'm a single guy. I take it that you guys are single.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you meet a young lady or a woman, okay, young woman or woman, older, whatever you're into, if she's single, okay, your first rule of thumb is to find out, and even for the women to the man, to find out why she's single. She may be single for a reason. If you think she's beautiful and sexy, so has other hundreds of men, but she's still single, you better find out why.
Just because it look good don't mean it's good.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And like how y'all said, you know, y'all had that feeling that y'all thought that she was the one, right? But it could have been, you know, because, you know, maybe it was a lack of improvement. Maybe it was getting content. Maybe it wasn't going out there to, you know, because women, like I said, they now with social media, it make it hard because, yeah, they married to you or with you in a relationship with you, but they looking at this other guy or this guy. Oh, yeah. You know, now they got options. Now they, should I marry him?
Yeah.
And, you know, that now they go venture off, you know. Women out there, they very passive aggressive, so they won't tell you. They'll just start arguing with you more. Giving you more signs like, hey, you know, something not right. I'm not feeling all right. And then they won't tell you how they feeling. They're just, you know, but it's really them. It's really them starting to venture off from you. Like now they finna go start exploring, but they're not gonna tell you.
Yeah, and then if you're in that relationship, but you're not, you know, aware of female nature, you're gonna start chasing more. Yeah, and it's gonna push them away.
Yeah, fellas. So when your girl pull back and you start chasing more, it's just gonna make her run away more. So whenever she pull back, you pull back. You know, that leave curiosity. It's like, okay, I'll pull back. This motherfucker pull back too.
Right.
What's going on? So maybe now it'll start playing in her head like, oh, maybe he talking to somebody too.
Next time I get a girl, I want them to know what I'm doing. Right. Or wondering what I'm doing. It doesn't need to be the other way around.
Because when a girl pull back, she's exploring other options. You know, she basically interviewing guys, trying to see which one gonna replace you. Yep.
Yeah.
So you pull back too. What you think about that?
Yeah.
What you think about that?
Well, my thing is that to have a foundation, okay? If that's cool if you're dating. So you have no really serious commitment, okay?
Yeah.
If you're married, if one pull back, and the other, you know what you're getting. Know the promise you're making to God. Okay, and know that it's just not something you can just up and just get rid of, and life will be okie dokie. Okay, if you're gonna go through that, do it now while you're not married. Okay, now if you're not going through that, if you're not going through problems and stuff, and you get married soon, you will. But the problems don't have to be big. You know what I heard? I heard a lady one time. She said, I was reading an article, and she said she had this guy she was so in love with. She was married. She found another guy. They were like best friends. And
classic best friend.
Right. And so when the ex came back and wrote her, he got his life together and got a good job. And he told her, and he was her pride. He was her weakness. And so even reading the message he sent to her, it got to her. You know what she did? She told her husband about it. They agreed that she would meet with this guy and, see what's what. They met with the guy. Her husband took her. And she told the guy how much she's in love with her husband and that she'll never do anything, And she was feeling weak, because of the feelings she had for this guy.
From like the past and stuff.
Yeah. So temptations just because you marry, don't think temptation is going to stop.
Facts.
But you are to work it out. You are to work it out. You're not to run away. You are to work it out. Yep. So if you're going to run and pull back and stuff, do it while you're dating. But when you're in it, in a marriage, you're in it, especially if you have kids. If you're in it, think about the kids. Don't think about yourself.
Yeah, but don't jeopardize yourself on just trying to be in it for the kids and you just steady suffering. Because there's a lot of men that suffer in silence.
Right.
Just for the kids. And honestly, like, on your story, I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree because it's like a girl, like when girls got guy friends, they secretly know that guy not just a friend. They know he wanted to smash. And because let's be real, men and women really can't be platonic friends unless it's business. Or they associated with some type of whatever it is that they got going on.
You don't think so?
I really don't think men and women can really be friends.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. If you're a strong man, if you're a strong man, you know what you want. If you love, you can. I have many single female friends who they're single now. They have their own home. They have their own money. They are set.
Did you
Beautiful
sell them the home?
Lady. I sold them the home. I sold some the home. You know what? They are beautiful people, man. And you know what? We go out for lunch. We visit each other's house. They know my kids. I have a lot of female friends, and I have never crossed them in an intimate way or anything like that.
But do you think it's because y'all older now? Because
we're not all that old.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
we still have hormones.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying, but from like
we could get down. You don't think we could get down?
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying from 20 to 40.
When I got into real estate, I was in my 30s. I still had friends like that, female friends.
Really?
I was married.
But was it business relationships?
It was friends.
Inside of real estate. Was it real estate though? Or was it outside of real estate?
No, we were realtors. We were realtors, some we were just friends. Because when you're in real estate, you meet a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's business.
Too.
I'm not saying men and women can't be friends, for like at all, but I'm saying like business, like whether like you said real estate or if y'all got a company, y'all, but I'm just saying like outside of that, like say a random man meet a girl, they be cool or whatever. Or let me give a better example. Let's just say a guy, he lock in with a few girls and, her friends meet his friends. It's always going to be transactional. It's not going to be platonic because at the back of the guy's mind, they always going to want to, smash. Let's be real. Like men, like that's what men do. Like it's very rare. And a lot of guys be scared to tell the girls that because they, oh, well, I'm going to lose her as a friend. Well, is that really your friend if you just want to fuck?
Some people have that, some people cross that line. Mm-hmm. Okay. They cross that line.
But like you said, it's the disciplined ones. Yeah.
It's a strong man.
Yeah, the strong man that could be friends.
And this you know, it could easily, I guess you could say it's a spirit, if you know, that can easily get, you know, like you cats are younger than me, okay? And so a girl walk in, you know, first thing come in your mind, some of the things come in your mind, there's a chance. Not only, I don't know if it's worse if you're younger, y'all age, or if you get a little older like me, you know, because there are some guys that are my age or older.
I know some
who they wake up looking for women. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know why? Because men must create their value. Women born their value.
Facts.
So when we hit our 30s, that's when we in our prime.
Yeah.
You know what I've done? You know what I've done? I've learned, I discipline myself to, when I meet ladies or meet, you know, to look them in their face, not look them up and down, to take them for what they are, okay? Not to allow my mind to go through them sexually.
Because you want to understand their personality,
right?
And get to know them as an actual person.
And so it's self-containment, self-control. Not all women want to just get down all the time.
Absolutely,
okay.
Yeah.
But a man, it's easy for a man to allow that. You know, you know, because our hormones, you know, men older, you know, you got guys taking pills and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay. True. So I allow myself. Like I said, I meet a lot of women. Sometimes I'll just walk through stores and I get stopped by women. You know, particularly older women. An older woman ain't shy about nothing.
Facts.
An older woman, look,
they know
like,
what they
you know
want.
what? I ain't got that much time left.
Yeah.
What's up? You know.
They know what they want. They're mature.
Well, you want to know why? Because older women don't get hit on a lot because they value start to decrease as they get older.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like I said, when they 18 to 25, oh yeah, they getting all the attention.
Yeah.
Every guy trying to get to them, you know.
Private jets.
And that's what we're experiencing right now in our generation because man, you cannot download no dating app. You know, even when you get on Instagram, you can text a girl. You know, if you ain't got some type of thing in your profile on your page that catch her eye, maybe a car, house, or you know, your network, friends, or whatever, she not gonna text you back, man.
Right.
Well, see, and that's the crazy thing too. I mean, any girl nowadays, even a girl that's mid, is gonna get multiple DMs from multiple guys. Like
average girl, bro. An average 5
that's
getting
what I'm saying,
5 to 10, 20 DMs a day.
Facts.
Yeah.
Ain't no 18-year-old guy getting 10, 20
Crickets.
DMs a day. Yeah.
Right.
Nobody. Whatever.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. I like it like that because the guys that actually put in the work, you know, in their late teens, early 20s, as they get older, increasing their network, they circle, you know, building their physique, whatever the case may be, them guys that's gonna get all the hotter, younger chicks.
Yep.
Now, if you just sat on your ass in your 20s,
right,
you know, not doing nothing, sitting around smoking weed, playing video games,
right,
running the streets, then that's when you just get the leftovers.
When's the last time you got a DM? It's not.
You're not gonna get a DM.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like a reverse effect. Like I said, women born with their value. Men must create their value.
So let me ask you guys a question. Would you like to be in a relationship right now at your age? Would you like to be in a relationship? No.
Not me. I don't want to be.
Why though?
Because I want to have fun and just meet many different women and you know let the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, no, not right now because I'm still in the building stage. You know, I feel like a lot of guys that's in their late teens and early 20s need to be out here getting it, focusing on where they want to be in life. You know, they network a circle. You know, basically building the attributes it takes to attract a beautiful woman.
I agree.
Like I can get a beautiful woman now, but it'll kind of be like a Like I'm not saying she would be a distraction, but I'm saying like, okay, now I'm gonna have to start giving her my time. You know, because when you're in a relationship, you got to give that woman your time or she going to leave. So I'm still in the building stage. So if she came along and she was like, okay, look, Trey, I know you in the building stage. You know, you got all this going on. I want to help you. You know, I know you can't see me 24/7, give me all your time and attention, but I still want to make this work. Yeah. That I would love that. You know, I would love that. But if she want to come around me, trying to take me away from my purpose, my grind, building, you know, building what I'm building, and she's like, oh, well, I'm going to leave, threatening me. Okay, I'm like, oh, I'll just cut her off. Because now she's a burden to my success.
That's true.
You know?
See, and that's another thing for me. Like, one, I just came out of a 3-year relationship, so I'm not looking for a relationship. 2, I feel like I'm building myself, right? There's a lot of things I'm doing, trying to grow. This podcast is one of them, trying to do a whole bunch of different things, trying to become more successful and just do as much as I can before I hit 30.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't really need that distraction. I'll meet girls, I'll talk to girls, I'll have fun with girls, but I'm not trying to have a relationship.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. And for me, like all the beautiful women I had in my life, I make sure that they taken care of. I make sure they know how I'm moving. Like a lot of guys lead girls on blindly. Like, oh, I want to be with you, lying to them just for
set
sex.
the standard.
Just let them know what it is up front.
Yeah.
Either they're gonna roll with it or they not.
Right.
It's simple. Don't be lying to women out here.
And I know we've said this before, but like work on yourself, build yourself up, build your business, whatever you're doing in yourself, and just watch how you start carrying yourself, and they'll start coming to you. It's going to be an added benefit of your life.
Never chase girls you attract, because when you chasing, before you built the attributes it take to attract, then you got to prove yourself. You got to, I'm this, I'm that. And, they give you a shot. What if you're not that?
Yep.
On to the next.
Exactly. Because they got,
it's
15
plenty,
more
bro.
DMs.
Bro, it's a lot of rich guys out here that's betas. Mm-hmm. Literally giving these girls the world.
Open up their wallets.
Man, it's a lot of chicks out here that's going on vacations, getting designer bags, designer clothes, getting bought cars, PJs, anything they want. Yachts. They own PJs, yachts. Yeah. And what they don't do nothing.
Right.
For me, you and him to get on that yacht, we gotta have 30 mil in the bank, know the right people.
Right.
So like I said, it just goes back to us creating our values. So no guy in their late teens and early 20s should be out here playing in Disneyland. Oh no, you need to put in the work. And then on top of that, this is the most time. I mean, this is the time where you got the most energy. Because as you get older, you take on more responsibilities. Whether it be having kids or starting that business. You take on different things. You're not gonna have that same energy as you get older. Right. So why use that important energy to chase girls when they just gonna be going chasing the higher value guys? When you can put in the work and become that guy, it'll be easier.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
So when you like now, you're putting in your grind, okay? Say you're 35, 30, you're ready to settle down with someone around your same age who's supposed to be mature mentally and all that good stuff. What if you settle down and do that and she still have the same attributes that you're describing right now?
What you mean?
As far as still want the DM, still chasing and all that stuff. So women, let me tell you something. When women get older, some women, not all, excuse me, not all, but a lot of women when they get older, some feel they're being left behind. Some feel they have to do what the 25-year-old girl is doing.
But that's because their value is decreasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Facts.
Exactly. That's why they go get plastic surgery or do whatever, Botox.
Right. To keep up with the younger girls.
To keep up with the younger girls.
Yeah.
So, if God has someone for you, at your age, my advice to you is to take her. And whatever you're working on, she will understand and she will help you. She will come by your side and help you. The women that you're describing, that's not the one who God has for you. Okay? But if it's a woman that God has specifically for you, what you're trying to accomplish, she will help you accomplish that quicker. Okay?
I guess only time will tell.
Time will tell.
I agree.
Time will tell. But if God, not everyone is made to be married.
Yep.
Look at me. I went over 20 years and got a divorce. 20 years and the grass was green on the other side for someone.
Yep.
And I was like, so, but I'm like, what did I do wrong? But if something comes your way, if a blessing comes, do not pass it up because you may go a lifetime and not ever come to it again.
What was the question you had, Melvin?
My question to you guys is, I know it's rough out there in the dating world, okay?
Rough.
Okay. You guys are successful young men.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you find this girl with this sexy body. She has all the attributes you want. Y'all get a place together, okay? She helps you with your business and all that good stuff, and she gives you all the sex you want, okay? And then after you get through making love and all that good stuff, You know, you get hungry. You know, say, baby, can you fix us something to eat? and this sexy woman in your mind, Miss Wright, in your mind, she said, okay, baby, I go fix us something to eat. You go in there and she got a Hot Pocket and a can of Chef Boyardee. You come from pot roast. You come from pot roast and cornbread.
Steaks.
And this sexy thing got this in your mind, okay? And versus a big bone woman who can throw down in the kitchen and do the same thing, okay? And know how to love you down, buddy, okay?
So you saying what option will we go with?
Which option would you go with? I mean, because it seems to be the physical. It seems to me that the physical means a lot as far as for you to accept the sweet thing in your life. Okay, it's the physical means a lot, and and naturally you want to be attracted to someone if you're going to be together for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I mean, that's what you visually see,
right? Because a lot of people they let themselves go. Basically, they get comfortable. They think, oh well, we together forever. No, if you don't keep improving. That option, I mean, your husband, your wife, they're gonna leave. So for me,
well, it's like, in my opinion, it's like, okay, so you have a couple, right? And then let's just say the guy starts working out and gets in like killer shape. He's gonna get noticed by other hot chicks. And then let's say, the guy's like, hey, because married to a wife, tries to get the wife to work out. And she's like, no. And instead, maybe she gets even worse shape. So now you got this guy, peak, alpha male body. And then you got his wife over here like a pear. What I mean, hey man, you're gonna have to get in the gym or you're gonna get returned in exchange.
And not only that, that's gonna cause her to get insecure. She's gonna be in scarcity.
Big time.
She's gonna be paranoid every time you go out.
Yeah.
But it won't if it's for love's sake.
Yeah, but let
me tell you something. Let me lace you up on something. How you feel right now, you won't feel this way forever. How you look right now, you won't look this way forever. By the time you get my age, you'll be happy to have a woman that'll just even walk up and down the stairs with you. Okay? You're not going to feel that way forever. Things are going to change. Just yesterday, I was busting through the paper playing high school football. I just got done having double knee replacement. I just spent the whole year off of work. And it was just yesterday I graduated high school, feeling good. Things are not going to be forever.
That's true.
Okay? Your body is going to change along with hers. Okay? But look, if you're going to go into this relationship thing, a woman is made for a man. Naturally, you're going to have that burn for her, and she going to have that burn for you. Naturally, just because you with her, don't mean guys are not going to stop talking to her and not going to admire. You ought to want that. You ought to want to be the one, not the only one that looking at your woman. Okay?
I agree.
But if you come into a relationship, make sure you come into this for love's sake. Because if you're gonna go to the big house with it, and make them vows, it's for better, for worse, rich or poor. And fat and skinny wasn't in the vow, but it's in there. Fat and skinny, ugly or pretty. She must be pretty. You in the church with her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so you if it's for love's sake, if she don't work out with you and you get super soul sexy, okay, then she got a super soul sexy husband. Whether she's still fat and greasy, you still her super soul sexy husband, and you still love her.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
you wasn't super soul sexy when you got her.
Yeah.
Okay. But you love that woman for what she is, and especially if y'all having kids and she's taking good care of your house, man. You got some sexy women. You got some sexy women that don't know how long to boil an egg before the egg is done. You got some people with college degree who can't fry bacon.
No, you're not wrong though. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're looking at the heart of a woman, okay, this is some real stuff, y'all. Some real stuff. And for a woman, you got a lot of women that don't want to date a plumber. You got a lot of women that don't want to date a truck driver. I haul crude oil. I work in the oil field. I can't tell you how many engineers I have helped get their CDL to get a job. If not, they were going to starve to death.
I can see that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Teachers, when I was in school, my dad was a truck driver. And I was kind of, you know, in the rural area, you know, back when I was in elementary, you got black and white. Now all that's kind of gone away. I was a little embarrassed because my dad was a truck driver until I became one and seen what a truck driver made. And then I seen what a school teacher made.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, well, how in the hell are you going to judge me, you know, as a truck driver? And I make way more than you. I don't have a student loan.
With
none of that.
with no debt.
With no
Exactly.
debt, okay?
Yeah.
You know, and you got a lot of women that want these celebrity men. Let me tell you something. Have you ever seen, Master World, have you ever seen a celebrity in a beautiful car, sports car, with nice clothes on? He gets in the car, he gets all the attention. He dressed to it, he has a beautiful house. When he steps outside that car and he steps outside that house, he's still ugly. Ugly is ugly, okay? You can put on what you want. If you're ugly, you ugly. You can buy the most expensive stuff. If you ugly, you ugly.
Yep.
You can put on stuff from Walmart and look at you. You're a handsome young man. You can buy stuff from the Goodwill. You can pull just like that. Because if you got it, you got it.
Right.
You feel me? If you got it, you got it. So it's what you look at in a person, in a woman. And I say this to you because, like I said in the beginning, from the time you were born, your time is of the essence. From the time you were born. You know where my sister was at today? You know where my sister was at today?
What's that?
My sister was at a church. Guess what she was doing? She was burying her best friend.
Yeah.
They was talking 1 minute, the next minute she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Your time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Your time is of the essence. You don't know if you're going to make 30.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if you can experience love for whatever time you got, you better take it. Love is good. I mean, you know, there's this misconception that, you know, these girls in DM, let me tell you, this young man, don't get hung up on that. Don't get hung up on that. There's still a God. There's still, love is good, man. Love is good. If you find someone, some people, it ain't gonna work out always. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. Look at me. I'm almost 50. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost 50, but you know what my buddy told me? My buddy went through a few divorces, and he told me, he said, man, my dad told me, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up, man. You know, because when I went through my divorce, I'm like, you know, it ain't no hope for me, you know? But he said, don't ever give up, you know? And so there are good women, young women, older women out there for all the single men. There's a big wave of men going across the water to get these women. Okay, there's a big wave of men who's getting. They call them passport men.
Well, because they're more loyal.
They're more loyal, you know.
They don't know nothing about social media.
They don't, you know. And so, you know, there's a guy that got a show, Zoom to Thailand, Richie Mack. Man, he shows a good side of life. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame the dude, man. You can't blame him. You know, as a single dad, now imagine being with someone for 25 years. You get on the dating scene. You know what happened to me when I got my divorce? I got a friend who joined me on some dating website. He paid for it. He said, man, you have to get out and live. He said, don't just sit in the house. He said, you know, chat with the women on the website. I get on the website, right? I attract the women. You know, I'm like, what? You know, the sexy women, man, I wasn't attracted to no sexy women. You know, first thing, I'm like, God, am I that ugly? You know? And so I seen a woman. There was a woman on there. Guess what she said? She said, I'm 5 foot this. I exercise every day. I eat this. I don't eat meat. I eat this type of lettuce and all that stuff. If you have a gut, if you have high blood pressure, if you have sleep apnea, you know, I'm not interested in you. And here I am. I'm like, well, you this sexy thing who got all this going for you, and you still can't find a man because if you're on this website just as lonely as I am, you know, so something is wrong with you too. Okay.
It's crazy how women say they want this and that, but they don't even be that themselves.
Facts.
They don't.
Yeah.
They
No,
don't.
I'll say this. I think I definitely think personality and like understanding the person is more important than the looks. However, looks do they play a major portion.
They play a very major.
I agree.
Kind of back to what I was saying, you can replace material items, but you can't replace a person. You can, but they're never going to be the same, right? But like if you become, super good looking, by nature, you're going to kind of want your partner to be just as good looking too.
And
However, they still may be an amazing person personality wise, but it's just, I don't know, man. Something about like for me, I struggle with like my attention span with women. I think it doesn't last the longest, and so I get bored. And then it's like, okay, well, let's go to the store and find another one, and I do that again. Like I like that dating scene. That's fun, going out, drinking, whatever, getting to know them, having fun, whatever. That's fun, and then on to the next. I don't know.
So what's more fun than that to you?
What's more fun than that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can tell you what could be.
What?
Is having a little kid that looks just like you.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not. Absolutely not. I do not want kids. Absolutely not.
And going to 60, you say that.
No.
You will fall in love.
No. I have been saying I do not want kids since I was like 10 years old, and
Really?
I stand by that. No, they're expensive. They take your time. You can't go travel. I'm very selfish when it comes to that stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I don't like kids. I like kids. I don't want kids.
Okay, for me to add on to, go back to the question you said, before I took a girl serious, I would let her know. I would lay everything out on the table. Like, obviously, she's gonna be a smoke show, hot chick. I don't deal with mediocre, average chicks.
Yep.
But I would let it be known off the rip. Like, look, I want to take things to the next level. But for us to maintain this relationship, we must maintain attraction, not just with looks, but making sure we know how we feel. Knowing should we know how. Fuck, man, I'm fucking getting tired. I'm getting tired.
It's almost like you have to put it back on them. They need to prove to you that it's worth going to the next level.
Yeah, but making sure we know how each other feel all at the same time, on a daily basis, because women emotional, up, down. They got cycles, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
monthly
we need to make sure we stay on the same page at all times. Must stay in the gym. I ain't saying like me, I'm gonna stay in the gym, but I'm not saying she have to, but at least try to do some exercise. Walk on the treadmill.
I agree.
Make sure you stay, because I want my woman healthy. I don't want no unhealthy woman. Because like you say, as you age, your looks decrease, but you could keep improving to maintain them. Yep. Some people just let themselves go.
Yep.
So I would want her to keep stay active with fitness and health, just like me. And I will make sure she know how we moving, and if we do have kids, how we moving as a family. I will basically lay down the law, lay down the book of how everything gonna go, because I'm a leader. That's what men do. We lead, and I think it'll go well once y'all both got an understanding. But if y'all just going into a marriage or a relationship just because y'all find that person attractive, and it's no like morals in this relationship, not God in the relationship, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you're forcing it.
It's just lust.
Yeah.
Y'all just having sex. So
yeah, you can't force it.
Yeah, so for me, like I said, I'll just lay down the law on what it's gonna be. A lot of guys don't do that. They just want sex, and sometimes sex leads to stuff, but it's not sustainable. Like, it's only gonna last for a certain amount of time, and then it's gonna die down, and y'all gonna call it off. So.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see.
We're going to see, because what you're desiring and what you're saying, it's gonna come to play. You're gonna have your chance to prove what you say. Now, let me. I've heard your side, and I've heard your side of what you desire. Let me tell you how it really is. Okay. If, like I said in the beginning, you find someone that can halfway go to the gym with you, that's a blessing right there.
Absolutely.
If you walk around the block, that's a blessing right there. I had a friend, man, had a lady friend that was a fitness fanatic. Okay? We played basketball. She's a fitness, oh my God. And at the time, I had to wear knee braces. We would be in the gym. She just kept. She wanted to be in the gym. I get my stuff done. An hour, I'm done. 40 minutes, I'm done. I get it done. This man, she like staying there 2 and 3 hours. I'm like, what in the world, But that was her. That's what she wanted. That was her life.
That was her hobby too. Yeah.
And so, like for you and me, to work out 4 or 5 days a week is I have to have it. It's a lifestyle for me.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I have to have it. Now, if I meet a lady that don't do that, but we still can do other things together, we can compromise. It might be about that in your life, compromising. Because you might. I'm telling you, how you want it to be, it may not work out that way. You're gonna find Miss Thing who just automatically. Have you ever seen them women that don't even go to the gym and they automatically they don't even realize how good they look.
Yeah, they maintain that shape.
They not going to the gym just.
They're the ones that are on the on the yachts and private jets.
Yeah.
But it's true though, like it is. I mean, if you don't have to work out at all and they look that damn good, they're gonna have some crazy.
And honestly, to add on to that, women don't really have to self-improve like that.
Right.
Especially like you said, the ones that maintain that body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why they just drink every day.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to get drunk, have fun, blah blah blah.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this, and I think we may have touched on it. What with all what you're saying, what kind of women have you been running into? What?
I mean,
what was your last experience?
Like I said, with this generation, everything is on what you got, who you are as a person. So I've been dealing with chicks. They just sense, they know. Oh, I can just tell you this and that, but I don't tell them. I let them figure it out who I am. I'm not saying I'm just, all this, but I carry myself in a certain way that they know how to,
right.
They can just see it.
Yeah. They just like women sense that. Like you say you claiming you this, but when y'all together, they gonna be reading your energy, bro. Girls like FBI agents. They know what literally when they start talking to a guy, they start doing their research. So
facts.
They literally gonna like sense like if you say you this and they're like, okay, cool. So when you get in person with them, they gonna like be low key reading you. They not gonna say nothing, but they gonna figure out eventually if you really that.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so basically, my experience is like I never really tell women like I want relationships. I kind of just go with the flow, and if I like, because how I judge it is like, okay, if she adding value to my life, even just starting talking, like if she checking on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure my day was okay, and not me just always, mainly it been one-sided, like me just always checking up on her, stuff like that. After like a long day, after I had a long day, is she offering to cook for me? Is she offering to bring me food? Yeah, because I like it like that, knowing that she adding value. That's why I just don't go off the rip saying, hey, I want a relationship, because that's not like what it is for me. I want to know the person before I take them serious. I just don't want to jump into something. So,
right.
I'll let them bring it up, and then I'll say like, okay, whether I'm feeling it or not, and that really kind of been my experience, like just going out with chicks and casually dating them, not really like being in a committed relationship, but just dating them and seeing where things go.
Have y'all ever ran across? Have you ever been in a relationship that you wish could have worked out?
Yes. I'll speak on that real quick. Yes, for me,
I'll get on that too.
It was back when I was 21, right? So when you're young, you think like you say, you think you this and that. And I'm mature enough to understand that. I'm 23 now. Mm-hmm. So I can honestly go back and look at my 21 self and say, okay, yes, you was all right, but you still have some improving to do.
Okay.
Just like me, I still got improving to do. Just because I'm, kind of successful and look good don't mean shit. It's a lot of other guys that got the same thing, if not more money.
Right.
So, going back to my 21-year-old self, it was this chick I came across. I had met her in the small town Columbus. And I'm like, man, this chick was hot. Like I seen her in school, but I never approached her, So Instagram came around. Obviously, they started getting more popular and stuff like that. So I sent her a DM on Instagram, and we hit it off like that. And so I ended up taking her out on a date. Things was cool. Like the first day was amazing. So, from that date, we just start seeing each other every day. And I feel like I made a mistake when I did that because it didn't leave no mystery. Like she knew, okay, I went to work, and when I got off work, I came to see her. And that was like almost every day, if not every other day. And literally just going to her house. She had a movie theater in her room. We just sat around, watch movies, talk, stuff like that.
She had a movie theater?
Yeah, she had a movie theater in her
Popcorn
house.
Too?
Huh?
Popcorn?
No, just movie theater.
She had a movie theater in her house.
Yes. So
she still lived at home with her parents, right?
I don't know. I ain't locked in with her or nothing. But
I'm talking about at that time.
Yeah, she was still living with her parents.
Okay.
She was going to college. She was a freshman in college. And that's another red flag I didn't know. Like when you got a chick that's in college and y'all not, because it was summertime when I was dating her. She was just home for that period, 2 to 3 months. Yeah. So I'm glad it kind of ended what it did, because if we really would have gotten a committed relationship, it would have hurt more because more time was invested. Yeah. So it lasted about maybe a month and a half of us seeing each other. But the reason I say it kind of hurt because at first I was being nonchalant, because like a lot of men I feel like sometimes we gotta, like act like that, because girls don't want you underneath them 24/7 or just openly expressing yourself like, hey, I want you. So I was being nonchalant, and she just kept telling me like, you're not romantic. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we ended up.
So what wasn't romantic? Like, could you not sing like Barry White or
no. And the reason why she said it wasn't romantic, because it was boring. Like we'd see each other and like stay in the movie room and just talk.
Same thing.
Same thing every day.
Okay.
It wasn't no experience. Yeah. That's when I learned, like, if you want to keep a girl around, or when you're dealing with chicks, give them experiences. Don't be content, because we content. We can get.
But on the flip side, be careful with how many experiences you give and how often you're giving them. You want to space it out, because you don't want to do everything within the first 6 months. Then you're screwed.
Absolutely. Okay. So
you think you saying she's gonna want more and more, and it's gonna only grow. But y'all were 21.
I was 21. She was 19. So she, like I said, so I took her to the movie theaters. We had went to movie theaters in a local town near us. Okay. It was cool, and like
she was probably like, Trey, I have a movie at the house.
I think 2 days. Fact. So I think 2 days later, she told me, she was like, look, I don't think things gonna work. We was in the car, we had a car conversation. She was like, I don't think things gonna work. She was like, I ain't really feeling it. She was like, it's just, not there for me not being romantic. And I was just like,
yeah,
I was still nonchalant.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, whatever. I was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, cool. And that kind of like made her more intrigued, because she was like, damn, he just want to call it off. Women get intrigued by that. Now, if I was like, no, please don't leave me, now she probably would have been, all right, yeah, call it off. But she gave me another chance. And you would think, I wouldn't do the same thing, but I ended up doing the same thing. And she ended up, long story short, we ended up having another talk, and she called it off. But I was hurt by that, because like 3 or 4 more weeks, I was investing my time. Like I started planning like big ass trips. We finna go here and there and do this and that. Okay. And just before I was finna start doing that, that's when she was like, you know what, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And I kind of built like an attachment with her, and then she went off, and then I knew it started hurting worse, because she in college, she going to a D1 school. Okay. I know there's guys out there, and athletes and Tyrone's and Chads that it's sharks out here. I'm not the only one, but I was still in the building stage. Like me growing up, nobody told me about female nature. Nobody told me how women are, and I had sisters. Women don't tell you. A fish don't teach a fish how to fish.
Facts.
So I was kind of like in a daze. I was hurt like that. That was the last time I actually like got on a serious level. From that, I was just like, you know what? I ain't trying to feel that heartbreak no more. I ain't trying to feel that pain. Shit hurt.
You were a young man.
No, man.
You were 21 years old.
I ain't trying to feel that.
Okay.
I ain't trying to feel that shit no more. That shit hurt.
She was in high school.
No, she was in college.
I guarantee you. She was in college.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, before it's all said and done, y'all, it's a chance that y'all can get back together again. Because she's going to mature. She's going to realize what you are. Not saying it, but there's a chance. Look,
that's also the best way to get revenge on them.
What?
When they come back, then you say no again.
Right. But you have, just like you matured, you have to give the lady a chance to mature also. It's a fair deal.
I don't know, man.
Honestly, though, I think that was the best because she was going to that D1
Yeah.
school. So,
But you know what?
It would have happened eventually.
Yeah,
Anyway.
exactly.
I'm glad it happened when
and
it
it
did.
could have been worse.
Yeah.
Plus,
she
I
could have been
needed.
cheating.
Plus, facts.
Yeah.
And long distance relationship never work when they in college.
No.
They got all these options, and then you bozo the clown back at home.
Party.
They
all
know
that
what
stuff.
you doing, you
Yeah.
know. And
Okay.
I'm glad it happened because like when that shit happened, holy fuck, something rose up in me like a fucking. Like I don't know, but it made me want to start improving. I was hitting the
Okay.
gym harder. I was focusing on making a lot of money.
Why?
And that
Why?
led me to
because of the heartbreak.
Yeah, because of the heartbreak. But not only that, my mom and dad to retire, putting them in a big ass house, making sure all my brothers and sisters straight. That's when it's like, okay, Trey, now you need to. This bitch left you. Now you need to, upgrade your life, And then it hurt, but I needed that, because now it shot me to. Now look at me.
Well, and see, that's what I want to talk about. And what I was going to say,
go ahead.
There's a big difference in what you want and what you need. So your original question was our last experiences, right?
Right.
Yeah, if you wanted a relationship to last, right?
Right.
So, like I said, want and need is two different things. So naturally, I was engaged, right? So I'm going to probably say I wanted that to work out. I was literally engaged to that person, right? But what I needed was not that. And looking back on it, I'm happy it didn't work out because there's so much more that I have learned now in life, so much more that I'm doing and stuff that I would never have done because I'm not in that relationship.
I understand.
And like I needed to build myself up. Like we said before, you're in the 20s, you have to do what you have to do to build yourself up, build your self-value. Because if I didn't build my self-value, let's just say we got married, 30 comes around, we get divorced. Now I'm 31. I have no self-value. I have nothing to show for. I'm screwed. Like that. Then you just fall into that like life sucks, and life doesn't get really any easier for men. So I'm thankful for that. Essentially for happening. What did I want that to happen in the moment? No, but I needed it. And looking back on it, I'm totally cool with it. It's like what we talked about in a different episode was you're not always gonna, stuff happens for a reason, and you may not understand why it's happening in the moment, but in the future, you're gonna look back and say, okay, I understood why it happened, either for the better or for the worse, and thankfully in my situation, for the much better. So.
Yeah, heartbreak it changed your life if you use it as a positive fuel force.
Yes.
You can also use it to go on a downward spiral on a bad fuel force and just start doing drugs, hanging around the wrong people, giving up on life, wanting to commit suicide,
or just not doing anything.
It's a lot of it's really how you want to play it. Either you're gonna look at it in a good way or you're gonna look at it in a bad way. And you make your decision. Only you can make that decision. Can't nobody make it for you. Yeah. And I always say whenever that happened, whenever heartbreak happened, you should be by yourself. You shouldn't have friends constantly reminding you, oh, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. No, say it one time and then I don't want to talk about it no more. Once that heartbreak happened, now you need to focus on what you need to do with your life, where you want to go, things you want to achieve in your life, not worried about what the other person is doing.
Yeah, because you need that hurt, that pain to build some fuel and fire and use that as motivation to do whatever you want to do.
It learns
and
you.
Grow.
It educates you.
Yeah,
right.
That's you guys have been educated.
Absolutely, I agree. I've learned so much.
Right.
About myself, about life, about what I need to do as a man.
Right.
Right. Everything.
Right. Like I said in the beginning, marriage is not for everyone.
I agree.
Marriage is not for everyone. Everyone, a majority of the people, a majority of everyone, especially women, they would like it. They would like to be married. Okay. Yeah. But it's not for everyone.
Just like school. It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
All women want to be married. That's like literally every girl dream is to be married.
Right.
Yeah. So what has heartbreak done for you? Your divorce and all the things that you've been through.
Well, it as we said in the last segment, is educational. Okay. You get a chance to sit back. I've got a chance to sit back and reflect on what happened, what went wrong, what did I did wrong, what did I do wrong, when did it start, what was the sign, what were the signs of the marriage ending, how did it get from there to here, how did we go from being happily married to being divorced, how did it go from from courtship to not speaking to one another. Okay, and I've learned to one of the main things that I've learned was whatever I do now, I do it for me. I don't do it to get a date or to impress anyone. I work out. I do it for me. The money that I make, in real estate, in the oil fields, the money that I save, I do it for me. I do it for me because there may be a chance I may never be in a relationship again or even be married again. There's a chance. If I'm not ever in a relationship again, that's fine because at this point of my life, the goal is happiness. Yeah. Okay. I wake up every day to happiness after the divorce, and you go through the counseling. You go through the counseling with your kids. And my son is a quiet guy. He don't show no emotions at all. My daughter, she gonna let you know what's on her mind.
That's what my exes would always tell me, was I don't show a lot of emotion.
Right. So,
oh well.
It's kind of good because it's like a mystery. They like, okay, he not emotional like that.
I think it's more of a curse of me.
Why?
Because it's literally been the downfall of every relationship I've ever been in. But I said that I needed it to happen anyway, so whatever. It is what it is. But I do think it is a curse because say you find that one person and like you're pretty sure, then just wouldn't want that to happen again. But
well, that's when you improve on like expressing yourself more, opening up.
That's true.
Not opening up, telling everything, but just just having a conversation.
I tell you one thing that I did learn coming out of a relationship, and that is if you're coming out of a relationship or a marriage, give yourself time to find yourself again.
Yeah, facts.
Do not jump into another relationship.
Absolutely.
And if you get into a relationship with someone who's just coming out of one, you just a filler.
Yeah, you're plan B.
You just a fill in. She's comparing you to the who she was with. He's comparing you to who he was with. You're just a fill in. You're wasting precious time.
Yep. And I've made that mistake in the past where I was out of a relationship and then only a couple months went by and then we got into another and so forth. I did like 3 times.
Right.
But I mean, you live and you learn. But I also had no one to really, teach me and guide me and give you that advice essentially. Or you think you find someone else and you're just happy. And I think for me, it was mainly you're young and immature and you don't know what you want. So there's another girl there. Might as well like see where it goes. But no is the real answer.
You need to go through that by yourself. Don't bring in another person because that other person might know themselves. They might know what they want. And you over here hiding that you just got out of a relationship, not telling them the truth. And then, you show them a side where you like, okay, I'm not looking for nothing serious, but you didn't tell them that off the rip. That could, damage that person. So basically, when they say hurt people, it's facts.
Yeah.
You need to be by yourself.
Hurt people. And you know what else I heard? Single women keep single women. Women that are single keep women single.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Okay? I agree. Whoa. I guarantee you, if you're in a relationship and you're the girl you're with has some friends and they're gonna start talking, and then the single girl's gonna be like, hey, come out with me, let me show you a good time. That relationship's done.
Right.
Bro, facts. That's the same as when a chick go on a girl's trip that's in a relationship.
All these city girls.
Especially if her friend's single.
Right.
And she in a relationship, they going she gonna be, oh babe, I'm not gonna do nothing cap. Because when y'all go out in the streets, they're gonna be like, look, we ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Go get his number.
How's he gonna know? He's never gonna know.
Yeah, that's facts.
These city girls out here.
Right.
Man, you said that. I ain't gonna lie. That's so true, man. Single women keep single women.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that. Yeah. That is so true, though.
Yeah. And women need to, I say women, because, being a single man, I see it so much. Man. if loneliness becomes your enemy, you have a big problem.
Yep.
If you are in a relationship and you are out of a relationship, if you're in a relationship and you are now single and you are alone, and if loneliness is your enemy, you have a big problem. Loneliness should not, being alone should not be your enemy, but it should be your best friend and your educator.
I agree.
Okay? Give yourself time to breathe. Give yourself time to find yourself. Give yourself time to let the rain die, let the fog lift. Okay? You don't know what you want when you're coming out of a relationship or marriage. You still confused.
Yep.
Your heart is still bruised. You understand? Give yourself time to heal. And that's one thing I learned coming out of a marriage. When you go through a divorce, and I had to go to court, and before they granted me my divorce, before my divorce was final, I had to take a parenting class. One of the questions on the parenting class was, how does a divorce make the kids feel? How does it feel? The answer was, it feels like a death in the family. I came out of my divorce. If there was a winner or loser, I could say I won. I didn't have to pay child support. I had my kids. I had the house. I got everything. But there was still a void in the house. I could feel it in my kids. Mm-hmm. I could feel it. It's a void.
It's quieter.
It's quieter.
Yeah.
I can tell, that my daughter was still hurt. You know what I'm saying? There's no in my situation, not all situations, because like I said, some relationships are abusive. Some relationships, just ain't, some marriages there's just no hope for. Okay, but if you're coming out of something, especially a marriage, if you guys ever think about getting married, if you ever consider it, know what you are doing. Know what you are doing. Don't if you're watching a celebrity, a lot of the celebrity marriages is a business arrangement. It's a business deal. Some are for love. Some are, how she with him, he looked like this. How he with her, it's a business deal, man.
And that's why they're always getting married and divorced.
Married and divorced.
Their business contracts.
Right. And who would look up to a celebrity, to base their marriage off of them? When I get on Google, it's such, this person is married, dating. I don't care. I do not care.
And that's what social media and society is trying to push on young people, is what all these crazy people that literally suck. And, they're not teaching anything. If anything, they're hurting your knowledge. That's what they're trying to push on the young people.
I agree.
And in Louisiana, when I got my divorce, I had to wait 90 days before in Texas, you have to wait 90 days before your divorce is final. In Louisiana, you have to wait 6 months. You have to wait 6 months because they want you to stay together. That's what the 90-day period is for.
Oh, so like you can like file for it, but if y'all end up working things out,
you can cancel.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And that's what they want. No one wants. If a marriage, I'm a big advocate for it, because I've seen a lot of couples go through hell, and they stay together.
Yeah,
they honor the vows. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm an advocate for that. If you're in a relationship, if you got someone decent, if y'all hanging in there with each other, try to work it out. Try to work it out, because if you have to split, you have to split. But if there's hope, if you have to get counseling, get counseling. You know what I'm saying? Try to. We need to push in this country to preserve marriage for what it really is. The young people, the younger generation, man. I see how you guys felt in the beginning of this podcast. How you feel about the big run around. Social media has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And young ladies, if you into social media, if you into seeing what everybody else doing, girl, you sit down somewhere. You're going to come to the age of sitting down and settling down. Don't wait till that age. Sit you down and settle you down. Do it on your own, because life will do it for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll humble you real quick.
Right. Life is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee you this. One day, you will die. and you will have to answer for everything that you have done. Whether you like it or not, you will die. That's fact. So while you're here, make the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody do you wrong, just don't hold that against them. If a lot of times when couples get divorced, you become enemies. You don't want to speak to each other. I had to struggle with that. Your ex still becomes your sister. You still have to respect that woman or that man as a person. Okay? You still have to respect that person as a person.
Yeah.
Okay? It ain't no law in the country. It's a God law. Okay? You still have to respect that person. You don't have to play dominoes together, but you don't hate that person. No matter what they done to you, don't hate that person.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah. You should want the best for your partner after y'all call it off.
And that's exactly
you shouldn't have some type of grudge against them.
Absolutely.
You should because if you hold that grudge with your ex, you're not gonna set yourself free.
Right.
You always gonna be kind of really at the back of your mind worry about what they doing, worry about what they got going on. So if you set yourself free, like, hey, I wish you the best, and go on with your life, you're able to live more freely, not worrying about what y'all had going on in the past or worry about what they doing currently.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like during the breakup, it was tough. It was really hard, but there was no mean name calling or calling, this is your fault. This is your fault. None of that. It sucked. It hurt, but it was relatively peaceful. Right. And I wish her the best and whatever. Yeah. That's about it. But there's no hard feelings, and it is what it is.
You know what gets me about this? As life, I've learned in life that no matter what happened, especially in relationships, there's always a chance later in life. It's always a chance something could happen.
My mom always says that too.
You can't see it now. You can't see it now, but listen, there's always there's not a pair of glasses in this world that can see that far for what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay? You can't see it now, but there's always a chance. And leave yourself open. Leave yourself now. I'm not saying take it up, okay? But you never know what'll happen in the future. You never know.
I agree.
You like I said in the beginning, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, it's gonna pass within a day. You're not gonna feel the way you feel now. You know what someone told me? A lady told me, she said, your appetite is going to change as you get older. Stuff that you love to eat, you're going to hate it. Some of the stuff that you're not going to even eat it anymore. She said she loved bananas. She said she can't even eat bananas now. Your body's going to change. You're going to lose your sight. You know what I'm saying? Your heart will change too. Leave yourself open. Leave yourself. You never know what God has planned for you. Okay? Leave yourself open. That's just my advice to all people. Leave yourself open because you just never know. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Melvin, what do you got planned for the future with your business, investments, and
Well, I bought some property. I'm looking at getting some property, and I have an idea what I think I'm going to do with it. I thought I was going to live on it, but I don't think I am. In the oil field, that's what I've been doing since 1997 also. And I'm fixing to take the oil field to another level. Okay, I'm with the job that would allow us to do that. Thank be to God that I can come home every day. And that's another thing. If you on a job, if you have a job and you content on that job, you're getting paid decent, settle down on that job. I've seen some people leave a job and go to another job and come back. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to your question, I plan on in real estate. I plan on to keep investing, and I don't public. I don't go out and hand out a lot of cards and all that. I just get referrals by word of mouth, and I do well. just by people knowing me. They refer them to me. Thank God for that. And so with that, because I don't want to get too busy being in the oil field also. Okay. Real estate is good when real estate is good. When it's not good, oil field is good. Sometimes oil field slows down. I won't allow myself to get caught with just one job. I'm going to have money coming in somewhere. I don't depend on one job,
That's smart.
You can't do that nowadays. You can't do it. Nothing is guaranteed. You hit 60 years old. You've been there for 20, 30 years. Then, the job don't want you. They want the younger man.
Yep.
Yep. That's back to what you were saying in the other episode.
Yeah, where in your 20s you gotta find a way to make as much money as possible.
Mm-hmm.
In your 20s and maybe even early 30s.
Right. That's where you build businesses and companies.
Yeah, you have to grind. You have the most energy. Everything about you is the best at that point. You have to find a way to make the most amount of money.
Right.
And real quick before we close out, what's some game you can give the young men, young women out there in life?
You say game, but let me see. I'll give you some advice. Game advice,
same thing.
Okay. I would say humble yourself. Humble your heart. I know exactly what's going on out here. What's going on with you younger people is also going on with us older people. As far as relationship people, I've dated, man. I've had people to look at me, how much money you make, and and just I don't date anymore. I don't date. I don't go around looking for love. I fixed my house, the house that I have. I fixed it to where it's like everything to me. When I come home,
Perfect for you.
It's perfect for me. Oh, coming home from work every day is just like going to Astro World. I can't wait to get home. When COVID hit, I wish people was like, I want to go out and work. I was happy. I know every episode of Gunsmoke, man. I had workout equipment. I have a building next to my house. So I continue to work out. And life was just good because if you have a house, or when you get a house, fix that house to your likings to a T, to where you have no problem staying at home. So my plans for myself for the future, as far as relationships, and it's just to get up every day and keep being the best person I can be.
Absolutely.
That's a great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's great.
I don't look for love. I don't look for a date. It'll happen. If I meet someone, it'll happen. I'm not looking for it. It'll happen if it's God's will. If it's not God's will, I'm going to continue to grind and be happy, and to encourage other people to do the same. Because you're going to meet people whose spirit is down, okay? And, if you pick someone up, man, in this day that we're in with the suicide like it is, you don't know who life you are.
That's true. Yeah, you don't know what battles everyone's fighting.
Right.
And it could be something small, it could be something really big where, you say one thing and it sets them off, and
right.
That's it.
I love to encourage people.
Absolutely.
As you guys can tell, I've been trying to keep, take up for you women, the young women, and so it's been a battle with you cats. It's the same thing with my son. My son is on the same page as you guys, so.
Well, a quick question for you, for our audience. You said you get a lot of referrals through word of mouth. Do you have a website or anywhere for people can reach you, or are you purely,
I'm with the Houston Association of Realtors. I work for Home Smart Realtor. It was Champion's Real Estate Group.
Oh, okay.
And so Champion has merged with Home Smart. And so if you go to the Houston Association of Realtors, HAR.com, and type my name in, Melvin Jones, it'll give you my phone number. It'll link you to me. And if you want to, I like doing ranch properties and land and people, I do a lot of business here in Katy, Sugarland, here in Houston, out in the rural area, Giddings, Columbus, Flatonia. I have listings there. I have a if anyone wants to get into the house flipping, I got a good deal. You got to know the potential of the return.
Yeah.
Okay. If someone wants, I got a listing in Flatonia, that's a very, very good deal, for a house flipper, and I don't have the time. I don't buy a property that I list. I don't have, so I got a lot of people calling for it, but don't want to put the time and money in to flip this property. Okay. But it's an awesome deal. Awesome deal.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there y'all have it, man. Melvin Jones. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. This was big. Very first guest, man. We really enjoyed your time, Melvin. Thank you for coming through, putting people on game, putting us on game, because you definitely opened up my view about certain things, certain points. Different
perspective definitely helps out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And to all the people who are still listening, thank you guys, because I know this is a little longer of an episode. You guys are the real OGs.
Real OGs, man. Get us to 1,000 subs, man.
Yes, sir.
1,000 to 10 to 100. But all right, yeah. We'll catch y'all next episode, man. We out.